Hey guys, I'm Z1110 today, bringing you another Warframe combo. This time I'll be using the Ignis with Cryo Round, Serration and Metal Auger. I'm also using Bronco, don't use this too much so don't worry about it, I'm just leveling it up. And I'm also using the Furax, which is the Gauntlet weapon. I'm using a Max Fury, Pressure Point, Reach and Molten Impact on these. Now for this video I am going to solo Zinni, the Infested Defense, and I'm also using a Trinity with a leveled up Link, and that's pretty much the only important thing from Trinity. Okay, so first of all is the Ignis. Now this is a Flamethrower which you can purchase by researching it in your clan dojo. It does cost quite a few materials to make, including one former. And I was kind of disappointed with this weapon. I mean, it's a Flamethrower, it should be fucking awesome. However, compared to other weapons, it is really not practical or useful at all. This weapon is only ever good on infested missions. You cannot use it against Corpus, you cannot use it against Grineer. Against them it will be useless. Even against infested, it really doesn't do too well early on and you need to whack a load of mods on it. I was thinking about putting a Orokin Catalyst in this, however I decided against it. I am just going to sell it as soon as I get to level 30. It is really that bad. Don't get me wrong, situationally it can be pretty good. Say, on this mission, for example, I managed to get to, in fact I'm not going to spoil it for you, I managed to get quite far using nothing but this Flamethrower, and the fact that this is a hard defense mission means that's quite an achievement. However, the bad points are, first of all, its range. Its range is horrible, you might as well use a melee weapon. Any melee weapon has better range than this. And second of all, when you're firing, if you're firing straight in front of you, you can't see shit. The flame just goes all up in your face, you can't see what you're attacking, you can't see where it is. And it's really hard to sort of be I know accuracy with a flamethrower is kind of stupid, but you do have to be accurate with this, and it's hard to be accurate because you can't see where you're firing. Third of all is, without Metal Auger, this does not penetrate enemies. It hits one enemy and then it just does no more damage. And even with Metal Auger, it only has a really small penetration range, so it will only hit a few enemies at a time. And that only works when they're all clustered up, hence this defense mission, that's only why I'm showing it off. I don't think I could have used this flamethrower on any other level and actually shown off its properties. I had to do this mission, and that alone says enough about the flamethrower. It is so situational, it's just not worth making, especially for the high materials or high material demand it costs to make. Of course there are a few ways to get around its problem. First of all, with a range. Now this is why I've comboed it with the Trinity. Trinity has a move called Link. When you have Link active, it lasts about 9 seconds at its max level with continuity, and when it's active, you don't take any damage at all. You are literally invincible. Whilst this invincibility is active, any damage that you take is automatically transferred to the enemy you're linked to. So you can just stand in a huge crowd of enemies and they'll keep attacking you and damaging their ally. It is a really effective move and it's really underrated. Combine this with a flamethrower, you can just stand in a huge crowd of enemies, spray and pray, you don't even need to look where you're firing, and you can do loads of damage. It is really good. It's also really good for keeping enemies off objectives because they're usually clustered, and Link means you just don't die, you don't get knocked down, which is a problem on infested missions. Occasionally you do come across an Ancient and you do need to stagger them. This is why I have the Furax equipped. Furax are really good for stunning or stun locking single enemies, you can just take them down. They don't do huge amounts of damage and they're clearly not good in AoE, however the Flamethrower deals with that. So just have a Furax equipped and make sure you have a high rate of fire on it with a Max Fury mod, and then just keep hitting the Ancients. That usually stun locks them. However, remember, if there are enemies around you, they're going to attack you, they're going to stagger you, and you're not going to be able to carry on attacking. So again, it's really vital that you combine this with Link from Trinity. Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy this Flamethrower. It's currently near its max level, and unfortunately once it does reach its max level, I'm probably going to sell it. It was a fun weapon. But compared to other weapons like the Grakata or the Snipetron Vandal, it is just... it's useless. You can't use it in missions effectively. And even this mission, it was such a struggle to get where I did. And I just felt disappointed with this weapon. It's a flamethrower, I wanted it to be good. I really want to next build the Ogris, which is the rocket launcher in the same research lab as the Flamethrower, and the Ogris is worth its money, trust me, I cannot wait to get that. However, I do need to be mastery level 7 before I can use it. The gauntlets, unfortunately, I'm not too keen on them. I really like the sort of melee weapons that get you up close and personal, I mean that's what melee weapons should be, but these gauntlets don't feel too effective. They're good for one-on-one encounters, such as with Ancients or with the Elite Corpus Guards or even Elite Grineer. However, I would not use the Furax with any other weapon besides the Flamethrower. I only really use them with the Flamethrower because otherwise you can just replace the Flamethrower with a melee weapon. I mean, the Fragor, for example, is so much better than the Ignis. It's just unbelievable. I would pick that over it any day. and you can have a free primary weapon with it. It just makes sense to me. I don't know why anyone wouldn't do that and pick the Ignis instead. As for the Trinity, I have played 4 different Warframes to level 30, and I would have to say that Trinity is my second favourite, first being Bolt, third being Valben, and fourth being Frost Prime. Trinity is mobile, she can take a lot of damage, she can support her allies, and she is just generally a decent Warframe all around. Other Warframes seem to be lacking one of those areas, like Frost was really slow, Valben is really weak and takes a lot of damage, and Volt is just, well, Volt's fucking amazing, I'm not going to diss that. On those closing words, that concludes today's video on Warframe. Of course, comment if you want to see more of these, and comment with which kind of combos you want to see. If they sound viable, I will definitely try them, however there is no guarantee. Next episode, I'm heavily considering showing off some of the Vandal equipment I have, because that stuff is powerful as hell. I might also show you guys my Valben, so it'll be Valben and Vandals. Please remember to leave a rating if you enjoyed, of course subscribe for more. This is me, Evans with Z111 out. Peace.